Tom Kenny is a very versatile voice actor, voice acting heroes like Spyro the Dragon and villains like the Ice King. He's able to pitting his two most iconic roles, one of his most iconic roles against one of his more obscure roles to see which version of Tom Kenny is the most impressive. Spongebob, the Viacom's Nickelodeon's spongy mascot, and Flain, leader of the Infernite tribe from Mixels. In Bikini Bottom is an underwater city in which Squidwards can hold, which octopi can hold down jobs. Plankton barely make money selling fish parts to other fish, and snails can meow. And yet the most weird thing about all is that a sea sponge is shaped like a kitchen sponge. This character is SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob in universe is canonically 20 at the end of the series. And therefore SpongeBob does represent has been working ever since he could legally do this. Having gotten a job at the Krusty Krab after successfully dealing with a lunch rush. SpongeBob is a very versatile character. He once fought a pirate using only his spatula. In terms of intelligence, SpongeBob is smart enough to outwit the dirty bubble by popping him with a pencil. And SpongeBob is inconsistent. Sometimes he fails to lift even a cotton ball on 2 cotton balls on a cotton swab. Other times he can lift a car with one hand. He's pretty inconsistent. SpongeBob's most consistent abilities are the abilities that are granted to his spongy anatomy, including his shape-shifting and impressive regeneration. In context, one of the most durable things SpongeBob has survived. SpongeBob can survive the explosive payload of a bomb pie, exploding pretty close from in very point-blank range. Plus, he survived the explosion of a experimental cleaning agent, and which turned him to dust, and yet he came back only a few seconds later. This may be just down to writing, but it could just be a feat. SpongeBob has a lot of versatile abilities, including his bubble manipulation, where he can create sentient beings out of bubbles. Whether it be the giant bubble Goliath that saved Bikini Bottom from a huge body of dead jellyfish, or the murderous bubble buddy. There are many SpongeBob also is pretty skilled at karate, as he's capable of beating the blacker belt Master Fuzzy Acorns. All while SpongeBob wasn't even trying to fight, and more was just trying to do his job as a fry cook. SpongeBob has mastered the art of SpongeBob in the Nickelodeon fighting games has built up a mastery of the use of bubbles, including the point where he basically became Ryu from Street Fighter when he using bubble versions of the Hadouken. SpongeBob also has a lot of insane. SpongeBob is not perfect. He sometimes is an idiot, as he actively believed that claustrophobia was a fear of Santa Claus, even though it really was a fear of tight spaces. But SpongeBob is very, very annoying when he cries. But ultimately, when push comes to shove, SpongeBob does have when the security of Bikini Bottom is threatened, SpongeBob will will bring himself to victory. Oh yeah, I'm a kid. I'm also a goofball, and a wingnut, and a knucklehead McSpazatron. But most of all, I'm a goofy goober. Rock. Mixopolis, the home of the Mixels, a group of people being split up into tribes of 3. In the first season, there were only 3: the Cragsters, the Rock Monsters, the the Electric ones, and the Infernites. The Infernites being led by none other than Flain. And Flain is the protagonist of the Mixels series before the specials came into play. Flain is the leader of the Infernites, a group of Mixels that live in the fire regions, who bathe in fire. One point, the Mixels have the ability to mix, to intertribally mix. For the sake of this, since no other Mixels are allowed for this fight, Flain will not be allowed to mix. It's because of the lack of other Mixels for him to mix with. And that's Flain is one of the most prolific characters in the series, leading many things, including the creation of the Ultimate Miximum Max, the most powerful weapon in the Mixels universe. He was strong enough to defeat King Nixel. Those Nixel traps. His traps. And once when every other Mixel brain was turned into a Nixel temporarily by the former villain, General Nixel, the main antagonist, Flain led the charge in bringing at that point, nine tribes together, being the Infernites, Cragsters, Electroids, Frosticons, Fangang, Flexors, Glorp Corp, Vistastics, and Spikles. However, Flain is not perfect. He's, no pun intended, hot-headed, and at times it can be a little arrogant. However, just because he may be small doesn't mean he packs any less of a punch. Yeah. Alright, the Tom Kennys have been set. It's time to see which Tom Kenny is the most impressive Tom Kenny. It's time for a Tom Kenny fight! Oh yeah! Location, Mixopolis. Actually shows Bikini Bottom. This is the life, Patrick. I'm here on the Pantheon of Atlantis. You know it, buddy. And suddenly he gets beamed into Mixopolis. Oh yeah. Meh. Huh. You may be a Nixel. Hey, what now? Oh. Maybe you're waiting for Plankton to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula. Spongebob then pulls out his spatula. As long as these pants are square and the sponge is Bob, I won't let the reputation of the Krusty Krab down! Fight! Flain launches a fireball from his head as Spongebob is SpongeBob puts on his Ryu outfit. Attacking! As the two attacks collide. He's stronger than I thought. Let's try something to try this sponge out. That one. As Flain runs towards SpongeBob. SpongeBob up grabs Flain, throwing him. SpongeBob then throws his SpongeBob. His Flain's like, that's it! Starts throwing fireballs. SpongeBob blocks him with his spatula. SpongeBob then say hello to my little bubble friend. Those are a huge army of bubble missiles, which disintegrate the fireballs. Time for me to do some karate. This SpongeBob. Actually, SpongeBob then grabs a Ninja Turtle mask and then pulled out 2 spatulas. Cowabunga! The 2 spatulas get shoved into Flain's arms. Hey, that's word, chum bucket. Yeah. And then headbutts him. And headbutts SpongeBob. SpongeBob then rips off his own arm, smacking Flain around. Then eats his arm. He roars back. SpongeBob, as Flain rushes straight towards SpongeBob. Any last word? Kid, you are right. I am just a kid. But I did everything a kid couldn't do. I made it to Shell City. I beat the Cyclops. I rode the hassle off. Brought the crown back. So yeah, I'm a kid. I'm also a goofball and a wingnut. A knucklehead and expansitron. But most of all, I'm a goofy goober. Rock! As the huge power of rock and roll launches Flain back. As SpongeBob's Goofy Goober wizard form completely disintegrates Flain. His SpongeBob then takes his Goofy Goober, throws it in the air. Yeah. Okay, Sandy, bring me home. Ah! KO! What? How did that aquatic freak win? Couldn't Flain just dry him out? Actually, no. No is that thing he was spraying on himself. That is the neutronic moisture salant from Nicktoons Unite, which allows him to grow in size and keep himself hydrated. Even then, SpongeBob does have the Deus Machina tier of the Goofy Goober, which allows him to come back from death. And ultimately, Flain didn't have any way to truly kill SpongeBob. SpongeBob has tanked much more dangerous explosions than anything Flain's fire can represent. By the end, it's like Flain's fire just went out. The winner is SpongeBob SquarePants. Victory Screech! Oh! Next time on the series. Wah! Oh, I miss you. Assist you, Miss Tron. That's right, the battle of the annoying mascot characters from Ubisoft and Capcom. Rabbids versus Servbots.